Hello and welcome to Real Talk. I am Anele and we've come to my favorite time of the day when I get to hang out with all of you live on the channel where the stage is yours. Now, in case you were wondering, am I ever gonna quit? Hell no. Okay, then I can't sing this one. Will 5 to 6 p.m. ever be a dull hour? Hell no. Should you check other channels even during the ad breaks? Hell no. I'm sure by now you've guessed who's joining me in studio, Freshman of the Year 2015 for the hip-hop fraternity as a whole. This guy deserves a standing ovation. In hip-hop, they say standing ovation. For all he's done, and he's just 20 years old. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we've got Nasty C in studio. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
You know, I was watching all your interviews because I usually stalk people before they come on here.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh my, he's so well-spoken. Like,
Thank you.
And I know for a 20-year-old,
yeah.
I was just like, yay, I must have my ducks in a row. And I found myself being nervous.
That adds pressure now.
It does add pressure to
you
me
shouldn't have said
that I don't get shown up by a 20-year-old. And to you, because now I've told the entire country that.
Yeah, now I have to watch what I say.
Not quite.
Okay.
I'd like for you to leave here having started some beef, even if it's with a duck or whatever. So listen, 3 ages for me stick out when I think about you. 9, 16, 20.
Yeah.
9, what happened?
That's when I started rapping.
That's when you started rapping.
Yeah.
And you say you started, well, you were intrigued by it because you used to catch a taxi home.
Yeah.
And in the taxi, they'd play hip-hop music videos.
Yeah, they used to play a lot of T.I. videos.
And you were like, I want to be watched by somebody else in a taxi.
Some other kid.
Some other kid,
yeah.
All right? But that's when you start rapping. And 16 is when you start getting paid for it.
Yeah.
How much was your first paycheck?
I probably got like $300.
Is this by
like
performing in clubs?
Yeah.
Oh.
That was it, yeah.
Okay. And 20, why is 20 significant for you?
I think this has been my most successful year in terms of like accolades and also just like the things that I've done at this age. And it's where I am right now and I'm really proud of where I am.
So you are aware that the reason, I mean, the media and even I or anybody else will pound on 20 is that you've achieved quite a lot for somebody who's 20 years old.
Yeah.
So Justin Bieber, sort of.
You sort of, you can put it that way. Yeah.
I can put it that way.
Yeah.
But let's go back to the relationship you have with your brother, because besides the, the videos in the taxi, it was your brother who was a hip-hop music producer.
He used to produce house, actually.
He used to produce house.
Yeah.
Ah, so then how do you then?
He used to make a lot of house beats, right? Like right in front of me, and I never understood what he was doing or how he was doing it. Right? So then when I finally got that interest, to actually start writing something, I figured I'm gonna need a beat anyways. So then I asked him to teach me how to do it, and he taught me. And then when I finally got the hang of it, I started making my own beats, started recording myself, and then ever since then, I actually brought him up to my house like this week.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Not the first time though.
This is the first time, yeah.
It's the first time your brother's left Durban.
To come see.
To come
where I
see
stay.
you.
Yeah.
Okay, so this week it was quite a big thing for you.
Yeah,
Has your dad ever been where you stay?
He hasn't, but he's coming up. Probably like in 2 weeks or something. Yeah.
Because I was reading, you said your dad wasn't for this whole.
Nah, he wasn't. He didn't like it at all.
Was he against hip hop or music as a whole?
He was against pursuing music as a career, as like a full-time thing, right? He always said that I should always consider doing it as a hobby, as something on the side. If it makes money, that's good. If it doesn't, I could always go back to the normal route, the education, 9 to 5, whatever.
But I mean, the day you brought 300 rands home, like, surely he had to be like, maybe something is going on here.
He was like, yeah, groceries, everything. But I was cool with that. I was actually happy, and he was proud of me.
So, do you have any other siblings besides your brother?
Yeah, I've got 2 older brothers, 1 older sister that I stay with. My other sisters are from my mother's side of the family, so they stay in Cape Town.
Okay.
But in Durban, it's 2 older brothers, 1 older sister, 1 younger brother, and 1 younger sister.
All right, so
it's
your
hard
mother.
To keep track of.
I know, dude, it's okay. We look alike at our house. My dad doesn't even know the difference. He's like, you, that one, come here.
Same problem.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I
He's
go
like,
through the same thing. Yeah.
Wait, I'm pointing at you. Then come. So it's fine.
Yeah.
But now, because your mom passed away, right, and you were quite young, do you have someone that you go to where they like? I don't want to say they fill the void, but you ask them, What was Mama like? You know, what did she like to watch on TV? Did she laugh a lot? What did she like to cook?
I have my sisters, right, from my mother's side that I can always ask those type of questions. But they don't always have the answers either. So it's like, it's just really hard. I don't have anybody that could ever fill that void ever. So that's why I turn to the music and just like praying. That's how I keep myself like distracted or whatever. Like whenever I feel like I miss her, I just write something or something like that. But I don't have anybody that I could speak to on that level that could.
And your dad, I mean, surely he knows her.
Yeah, but we never really speak much about her. Like when we're alone in the car driving to somewhere, when he just fetched me from school, I'd ask him like a question or two, but I know it's like a sensitive topic.
I'm sure
Because
it
he's
is.
got somebody right now, so I don't want to pest him like that.
Oh, okay, all right. So I have a theory, and listening to you speak, you know, you kind of solidified it, is that when you make it this big and you are this supported and this followed, and you are very followed by South Africa and the continent as a whole, you first have to win over your family. You then have to win over your friends, and then you win over your school. So when I read that, you know, the older boys used to protect you because they were listening to your music when you were like 10 years old. I'm like, this guy won long ago though. Tell me about that.
It was really cool. My first year of high school, I was never stressed about being bullied, or you know how there's always stories about going to the toilets, you have to pay like 2 rands or something.
Yeah.
I used to never go through that because before I even went to the high school, because my primary school was directly opposite that school, right? And my sister was already at the high school. So she made all the boys listen to my music and whatever. So by the time I got there, they were all waiting for me to actually get there so we could like battle or something like that. And as soon as I got there, we were cool with everybody.
So like for Valentine's balls and spring flings, they were like, hey, yo, nasty.
I always had to perform. Like any school function, I was always there.
You were the one performing.
Yeah.
Therefore, your school supported you.
Yeah.
And then you started, you know, gigging in clubs, and then Durban supported you. So I hate asking this question of people because it kind of means you must, you know, justify why you are this. But how are you confident? Where are you fetching that confidence from? Because, I mean, in your interviews, you're confident, you answer, and you're like, not like a 20-year-old. And then on stage, it becomes even this persona just like gets legs and runs. How are you so confident?
I don't know. I guess it's just me believing in myself and my music that much. I wouldn't say that I'm confident over anybody else or I feel like I'm bigger than so and so. I never feel like that ever. I just, every time I get the platform or the chance to impress somebody, I make sure I put in 100%.
Yeah,
no matter who it is.
I remember you said, if it's a battle of egos, I'll gladly step down.
Yeah, I'm not with
When are you going to come up in battle? When it's a battle of what?
When we have to really rap, you could call me on stage. I'm fine with that. We could do that.
So he said his lyrics come from real life. He treats his art like it's a diary. What he experiences is what he's going to rhyme about. On the way, we found out how Durban fueled his art. Nasty C is in the building. Come back to us. That was Nasty C teaming up with MT, young guys who are winning. That's what the song's called, Winning Without a Doubt. Welcome back to Real Talk. In studio, we've got Nasty C. So, I loved what you said. You said that Durban, because that's what obviously where you grew up.
Yeah.
The beauty of Durban and its curse when it comes to music is that the industry is so small, you have to be all things to yourself. So you have to edit yourself, you must produce yourself.
Record yourself, all that.
So what is it that you were doing by yourself, for yourself from the very beginning?
I was doing everything. Like I made my own beats, wrote my own lyrics, recorded myself, mastered my own music, even though back then it wasn't really sounding that great. Got my friend to help me shoot music videos with a phone or a camera that we borrowed, edited myself, uploaded myself, pushed it myself, everything.
And you were distributing it through Bluetooth?
Yeah, mostly Bluetooth, until we discovered this website that we could just upload for free and then push that.
Because a lot of people say they first got your music through BBM.
Yeah, that too. That's how I got my first manager, actually.
Okay.
It was one of those BCs where you send out a link to your music,
yeah,
and then it just got to the right hands, I guess.
And then they listen to you and they say, this is great.
Yeah.
And they call you up and say, let me manage you.
Yep.
And before that, you didn't have anyone managing you?
I did, but it wasn't really anything serious. It was just somebody who was there for me when I needed to go to town because I just had, yeah, not alone. I couldn't travel alone, so I needed like a guardian almost kind of. So it was like an older friend before that. I wouldn't really call it a manager.
So I know you said that you read a lot, and that's why you write a lot.
I used to.
You used to read a lot?
Yeah.
So when did you read, is it Awakening by Jessica?
Yeah, Awaken. Man, I forgot. But I think I was in grade 11. I'm not really sure what year that was. Really. Yeah. I just got this app on my phone, Wattpad or something.
Yeah.
And I just started going through short stories and novels that you could download.
What about that story would awaken your writing?
It was the way, I don't know, the way the whole thing was structured, the story. It was about a girl who was half witch, half human. Okay. And her mother was like a full-blown witch, right? And
her dad was human?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was just about the struggles that she had, which I think anybody could relate to, because sometimes our parents are from two different cultures, or religion-wise they're from two different, and it's just like, it's very relatable, and it helped a lot with putting a lot of things into perspective in terms of how my life went and how I grew up, not knowing my mother's side of the family, only knowing my father's side of the culture, religion, everything.
So your dad is Zulu?
Zulu, Christian.
And
I don't even know what
your
church
mom's
my mom
Xhosa,
went to. She's
Xhosa.
Yeah, she's Xhosa.
Xhosa women are the best hair. I'm just gonna put it out there.
Yeah, she's Xhosa, yeah.
And so, I mean, when you did the movie, because I know you did a short movie, like a short film about your mom, Veliswa, did that require you to then go into like follow her lineage and, speak more to her family so that you could get, not necessarily about your mother, because we've covered that, just like where she came from?
Not really, because the whole thing isn't really about my mother, or there's nothing in the short film that resembles my mother or anything like that. It's just that because so much was put into making that whole thing, and how much I believe in it, I just wanted to dedicate it to my mother. Okay. It just felt like one of those things, just like to pay respect.
Okay, so you say that you diarize your life and that's what you rap about. Yeah, so today, what's the date today? 11th of April. Yeah. Just one line. What has happened today that stands out for you that you would possibly rap about? And if you can.
I'm here right now. This stands out. This is probably going to go into one of the songs where I'm just like flexing.
Okay. Yeah. I was out there, Real Talk with Anele. Please don't forget my name, eh?
I have to. I'll probably say it in another way just to make it sound like way cooler.
Oh, so that didn't sound cool?
No, it does. I'm saying. It's
okay. I've got your first song here, Mr. Cool. Let's see how cool you really were when I bring out your first song. The song was called Get Going.
Yeah. Oh, man.
You
guys don't have the song, do you?
Sorry?
You guys don't have the song?
We don't have the song. My BBM has since died.
Okay.
as you can gather, but I've got the lyrics. Okay. Is he really, really looking for a dude that got attitude? Boy, you smoke. Looking real tight in them tight clothes. Walking around like he's getting all the dough. Get going. Am I doing it right?
Yeah, it's somewhat correct.
How did it go, though?
Is he really, really looking for the N-word, right? Okay. They got attitude, blow a heavy smoke, looks real tight with the tight clothes, and he's walking around like he's getting dough.
Okay. Yeah. 9 years old, eh?
9 years old.
What's going through your mind when you're writing at 9 years old?
Okay, to be honest, at 9, I was just copying Lil Wayne and T.I. So anything they rap about, I rapped about, but tried to put it in a way that it sounds like I experienced it. Obviously, I hadn't smoked at that time, but I speak about smoke. Okay. I hadn't gotten paid at that time, but I also speak about this. So it's like speaking it out into the universe.
But isn't that what hip-hop is all about? It's almost like the aspirational, you bragging, but you're telling people what you're going to do, how you're going to get it, or how you're going to come for them and stuff like that.
Some rappers do that. I think, for me, I'd rather speak about, like, in terms of speaking about, bragging about something that I don't have. If I can afford it, then maybe I could, but I won't say that I have it. Yeah, so I don't do that.
So then when you get to a place when, and I once had this discussion with another rapper that came on the show. Yeah. When you get to a place when you are affording these things, let's say now you are rolling in a Maybach, and let's say now you are flexing a rolly roll, whatever, and then you start rapping about that. Yeah. Are you not like a little apprehensive that people are going to be like, Nasty's changed, guys, he's changed?
Well, if I was rapping about being broke when I was broke, can't I rap about being
paid when I'm paid?
Can't I? But I think for me, I'm always, like wary of how I put those things, like those words. You can't make it sound like you're looking down on someone who doesn't have those things or can't afford those things. Like I never do that. I could speak about it because I'm proud of myself and where I've come, you know, and how far I've come, and like just like how much I've acquired in such a short space of time. And I feel like I really deserve these things. So I could brag about it like that, but to inspire someone else who's listening, that they could also do it, like even younger than I am.
Okay, so you at 7 years old, they can be like on the top 40.
They can.
If they wanted to.
If they can.
Do you know, I appreciate you saying, because people were like, okay, so who do you like? You know, who you inspired by? And you said you don't like artists, you like certain songs from artists.
Yeah.
Do you do that to protect yourself? Because you know when your artist falls off and then you're like, ah.
I don't say that to protect myself. Is that what you mean?
No, I'm asking you. I'm like, do you say that to protect yourself so that when your artist falls off, you're just like, it's okay, I only like 3 or 4 songs from him anyway?
No, not really. It's just that obviously these artists are also human beings, so they won't be perfect. It's also, they have faults. So I don't look up to them for that. I look up to them for the songs that they did, songs that inspired me to write about this and that, or made me feel like if he can write about that, then I can also be very open with my music.
So when it comes to hip hop and songs that have inspired you, which song would, when the first time you heard it, it literally lit your bum on fire? You were just like, what is this?
I can't really remember the title of the song, but it was Lil Wayne's song. It wasn't even like a single. I think it's one of the giveaways that he just dropped.
Yeah, fillers.
Before, right, that was, when I heard that song, I think I had it on repeat for like a couple of days, and then I figured, you know what? I can write about what's going on in my life. Whoever chooses to judge me, that's their problem, it's fine. And then that's when I made Juice Back, and that was my first successful song.
And Juice Back is actually your biggest, well, not biggest song, you know, but it's the song that made everyone
put me here.
Stand up and take note.
Yeah.
All right. So after the break, we're talking industry friendships, collabs, and beef. Come on, what's hip hop without beef? What would the rap streets be without it? Don't go anywhere. This is Real Talk on 3. The stage is yours. So the list of influential artists that Nasty C has collaborated with are the cream of the crop of the hip-hop fraternity. He's also establishing the footprint across the continent and internationally. So you said that you want to get to a place where you don't have to be making music to be living and, you know, surviving. Unpack that for me.
Where I could just make a song based on how I feel and not feel like it has to be catchy. I have to speak about this and that because those are like the relevant topics right now so that people can get my song. I have to have this much 808 so that it plays in the clubs. Well, I could just make a song based on how I feel, and if it sounds right to me, it sounds right. I can just put it out like that while I'm still caked up on the side.
I have to do subtitles for my... Caked up means you've got the money. So who do you think is like that, that they're such a big artist that they can do what they want, and because their fan base is that solid, they're still caking it up?
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z.
Most definitely. He can make any type of song right now. He could put out a jazz song right now, and people wouldn't even like bash him for it because his fans know how far he's taken this whole rap thing.
Yes.
He doesn't really have to make music to survive right now.
Okay, and obviously because he's done so many albums that have taken us through.
Yeah, like he's done proving himself in the rap industry like that, and he has enough money to say, look, I've done everything. Right now I could just make music about my baby or my wife or whatever. I want to get to that point one day.
You know that it has to come with a baby and a wife though, right?
It doesn't.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. So you have an international quality about your music. And the beauty here is that I didn't say sound. You've got an international quality, but not like an international sound. Yeah. Do you ever have to stop yourself within like a step of imitation of an international sound where you're like, whoa, this is no longer, or is it just all systems go?
I think that only happens when I'm making beats. Because sometimes you find you can play something and it might sound dope, but then minutes later you realize, oh man, this sounds like so-and-so song. So then maybe you just have to tweak it a little bit. But not with my rapping, because I feel like I shut down when I rap, when I'm writing a song.
When you're writing.
And I just like focus on me and what's happening in my life, and the best way to put it and the most memorable way to put it
Is how you will say it.
yeah.
So
And
you
not how
wrote
someone else.
you wrote Hell No on the balcony though with your friend.
Yeah.
And then you write Hell No, and then you're like, you know what, there might be something here.
Yeah, and I ran upstairs.
And you ran upstairs and then you put it down.
Yeah.
But what was happening in your day where you had to remind us, Ukuthi, hell no?
I don't even know. Nothing happened really that day. We just had like a string of interviews and whatever. When we came back, we were so tired. We were just chilling on the balcony. It was at night. We were just like speaking about how far we want to take this thing and plans and blah, blah, and dreams. And all of a sudden, I just had these lines just like raining in my mind. So I went upstairs. I played all the beats that I'd made recently, and I found that one, and I really liked it. And I just started writing.
So how does you finally get hold of it to do like a house song? Did he call you? Did you call him?
He sent me a text on Twitter, a DM.
A DM?
Yeah.
Slip into the DMs. Sorry.
No. That's a dude. You don't put it like that. But yeah, that's pretty much what happened.
And then he was like, I want to do a house song.
Yeah. I think he sent me a clip.
Oh.
Yeah, he'd already done like the whole thing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he made like a remix, but I think at that time it was still like a FL project, so it wasn't like a song, so he couldn't send it at that time. He just sent me a clip. I listened to it. I really liked it, and I told him to send me the song.
And did you feel like, wow, finally my Durban people who like house and com can finally get a piece of me?
I also like house music, but yeah, I felt like I made a house song on the album, Asleep. I
Okay.
produced that one, so I still have
A
that
little
part
bit
me.
of
Yeah,
a little bit of babes what do more in me. Nasty C what do more.
something like that. Yeah.
Who were you most surprised to find out is a fan of yours?
Who would I say? I don't know. Nothing really comes to mind right now, but a lot of old people.
I know, right?
I'd never expect anyone over 30 to listen to my music.
You're hurting a lot of people right now.
No,
Because
I'm
I
not
know
saying it's a bad thing.
45-year-olds taking their kids to hockey practice who's
Like-
screaming, hell no.
It's always like weird for me when I hear someone that old to like telling me that they relate to my music and they feel like it's timeless or whatever or something like that. It always touches me when I hear that.
And then it goes across the pond and a 6-year-old, you know, American girl is recording a video singing your song.
Yeah, that also really got to me. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. I was like, what is going on? And she knew every word.
I saw
To the
like
song.
every single word.
Yeah, it's crazy.
When you opened for J. Cole, ne?
Yeah.
And Sizwe, you know Sizwe Dlomo, I ask him for all my hip hop stuff. I'm like, hey, who's this? What's going on there? Film in there, because I really only know Jay-Z. So I said to him, so who was the best of the night? And then I thought he was gonna go, okay, J. Cole, and then he was like, Nasty C, and then J. Cole, and then, do you know what I'm saying? For
Yeah.
me, a lot of people are talking that you stole that night. Are you aware of it?
A lot of people tell me that, but I don't believe it. Because I was going crazy when J. Cole was on stage.
Oh, is J. Cole like one of your dudes type of vibe?
Yeah.
Okay. So, but then what does that do to you? What does it do to your self-esteem when people tell you that you were better than somebody you admire?
It definitely doesn't boost it, if that's where you're going. It doesn't do that. I think, I don't know, kind of reminds me that there's really people out there really listening to me when I'm on stage. And they're not just vibing out, just waiting for J. Cole to come on. Some of them were actually paying attention.
Okay.
And they realized the potential and stuff like that.
That's important. So, French Montana, Ray Shremmerd, did I say it right?
Yeah, you said,
Ray Shremmerd,
you said it right.
and Omari Hardwick, he's the one that acts as well.
Yeah.
These are international guys that you've collaborated with.
I haven't really collaborated with Ray Shremmerd.
So why does his name come up when I search your name?
They were playing NDA, one of the songs I dropped recently, and they wanted to do a remix to it, but I don't know what happened to that.
So how do you know they want to do a remix? Did they let you, did they slide into the DM?
There's a guy that we speak to. His name is Ed. He stays in the States. So he used to send me a lot of videos, chilling with them and like recording what they say and stuff and sending it to me.
And Omari?
Omari is really cool. We've made 2 songs already. One that went on my album.
Yeah.
I did one for his album recently, and he also sent me something to put a verse on like a couple weeks ago. And he's really cool. Like he texts all the time.
So you guys are like friends?
Yeah.
Like
I guess it's weird how we're cool.
and the show is owned by 50 Cent.
Yeah.
So you've got a third pass to 50 Cent if you really wanted it.
Yeah, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to ever do that. Like, if 50 hears my music and feels like he needs to contact me, he should do that.
So
Other than that.
secretly, we're sitting, because I mean, let's put this in the energy.
Yeah.
Let's say Omari's playing your song in the change room whilst they're shooting Power.
Yeah.
Is this the situation we're all hoping for here? And then 50's like, hey yo, home slice, who this?
Yes, that should happen one day. I wish that happens one day.
All right.
Yeah.
So besides home slice 50, who else internationally are you hoping that they are walking past and your song is playing?
Definitely Young Thug. Lil Wayne. Probably Drake, J. Cole, Kendrick. There's a lot of them. But those, mainly, yeah.
And I mean, you've done some work with Davido, who's, he's African, but he's also pretty much international.
Yeah.
When we're looking at our continent, who you eyeing?
Besides Davido, we still need to work like a lot more. There's also, I really want to work with Burna Boy.
Burna Boy's good, yes. Wizkid?
Yeah, Wizkid. YC, but we're working on that already.
Okay.
Olamide and Fino.
Fino.
Yeah, and Olamide. They're both from Nigeria.
Fino. Okay, I'm not aware of Fino, but you put him on the map for us. I give it to you. That is the task you're getting from us today.
I accept it. I'll do it.
Please put Fino on the map. Listen, on the way, we talk the Rock Nation talk. Of course, we're going to do that. That Rock Nation talk, bruh, it had so many of us packing our bags. I'm like, we're moving overseas, y'all. Nasty, we're coming with you. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Real Talk on SABC3. The stage is yours. So getting that first record label deal for any underground artist brings with it all the hopes of a successful career in music. When Bad Hair Extensions was released, everyone in the industry agreed without a doubt that Nasty C, then a teen, was special. Really special. So this is how special you are. Rock Nation, which is it owned by Jay-Z? He started it. It's his label, and Kanye West is there, Rihanna's there. Those are the people that he signed onto the label.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So then you get a call from them. But the call first comes from Rock Nation Africa.
Yeah, a representative.
Okay. And they're like, hey, yo, home slice. Put us in contact with Nasty C.
Yeah, they were asking if it's okay that they share my number with the other guys.
I like that, professional courtesy.
Yeah. And I told them, yeah, why not?
Go ahead.
Yeah. So then they gave it to Beehive.
That's Jay-Z's cousin.
Yeah.
What's his name? Beehive?
Beehive.
Behind?
Beehive.
Beehive?
Yeah, I think
like
so.
Beehive?
Yeah.
I am going to need his passport name. But it's fine. Let's stick with Beehive.
Yeah.
So Beehive rings you, and he just starts a conversation with you. Just like...
Yeah. Like casually, like, yo, what's up? This is Beehive. I'm like, Beehive? And he's like, yeah, Rock Nation, blah, blah. And then he told me that they'll be in South Africa in a couple weeks, and he'd like to have a sit down with me and see if we can work something out.
Do you look for cameras at that point in time? Like, somebody is pranking me?
I was like, okay, cool, all right. And I just hung up. And then after a while, I think Rock Nation Africa called again to confirm that he was the one that was calling, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And things turned out to be true.
All right, but then... Okay, then there's hoo-ha, because you know us South Africans, listen, to ask, like, a call you pretty much signed and everyone runs away with it. You strike me as a very, and it's not a bad thing, like as a very calculating and private person when it comes to those things.
Yeah.
You don't want to talk about things before they happen.
Yeah.
When this was running away and everyone was tweeting about it and hashtagging, we're moving to New York, y'all. The Upper East Side is going to know us now.
Yeah.
Were you not like panicked a little?
I wasn't really. I felt like I should have like tweeted something just to like clarify what the call was about and what exactly was said on the call. Because all they said was they wanted to have a meeting with me and see what we can work out. Nobody said they wanted to sign me as an artist or anything. I just tweeted that I got a call from Rock Nation because of you guys' support. Thank you so much, South Africa. I love you. And people said, ha, he's signed to Rock Nation. And he just blew it out of proportion. Then I was like, all right, whatever.
So when things like that happen, who's your go-to person for advice?
At the time, it was my manager, my former manager now, but my manager, yeah.
Your manager?
Yeah, I spoke to him. I was like, yo, what do you think we should do? And he handled it.
Does he like, yo, I have to negotiate with Jay-Z?
Yeah, he's a huge fan of Jay-Z, so he was like, oh, we moving.
We out of here, son.
So yeah, like in hopes.
So then, but I mean, you sound content and extremely, hopeful about the Mabala Noise deal. Like for you, that just made better sense than anything else. Yeah. They can be able to push you from this side, that side, as opposed to, let's say you had gotten a Rock Nation deal and then you have to go there and fight amongst the 8,000 rappers in one block.
And start from ground zero all over again. Yeah.
So what else about Mabala Noise attracted you?
Before we even spoke about the deal, I got to meet Reggie, and we actually spoke about like South African industry and what he wants for it to become and everything like that, all the goals and ambitions or whatever. And they kind of match what I wanted and everything I've always wanted to do in South African hip-hop industry. So I felt like I finally met somebody that's got the power to do that, that also feels the same way, and that's not just trying to squeeze a buck out of an upcoming rapper. So I felt like, yo, before anything, before the business was even like discussed and everything,
his vision
matched mine. And when we sat down, he was open to any suggestions I had for the deal, and it was like tailor-made.
Oh, nice.
So it wasn't like a regular 360 deal.
Like a standard contract, because I know you don't like contracts.
Nah. So
okay. It was a discussion on paper.
We had a couple of sit-downs before we actually printed the final copy, yeah.
Okay. So when you're discussing South African hip-hop and, and what its place in the world, and I ask every rapper this question, because hip-hop is something that's, so predominantly, we took it from America, and then obviously we take it here and we make it our own.
Yeah.
What can US rappers learn from South African hip-hop?
I don't know. Could they? I don't know. It really depends on how talented an individual is, an artist is. I can't really speak for everyone else.
Okay, then speak for yourself. What is it about Nasty C that is like, it's your DNA, and you know that it sets you apart and it's what makes you thrive, that could be something that somebody else could benefit from?
Rapping about what I really go through, knowing that there's a lot of other people out there, like regular civilians, that are listening to it, that really relate and support your music out of pure love, instead of portraying this image of being a gangster or whatever just because you're riding the wave, just because everyone that's relevant right now is a gangster, so you feel like you have to be a gangster. I feel like a lot of Americans do that, and it's like wrong.
Isn't that what got Rick Ross in trouble?
I don't know about that. I just know about a lot of upcoming rappers right now that are making it and are doing pretty good, but I mean, you can tell that they're just riding the wave.
They're just riding the wave. It's not authentically who they are.
No.
So in your stable, ne?
Yeah.
Now you in Mabala Noise. It's great. You win the Metro. You're at the Metros. They're not even win. It's your night, and rightfully so. Yeah. And then Ricky gets on stage, and then he's like, that kid who's not gonna win an award because I don't have money. What's going through your mind? Are you like, yeah, you tell him, Ricky, or are you like, Ricky wins on?
I always say this, man. I feel like Ricky said what he had to say. That's how he felt. It doesn't affect me because I know what I went through, and how working hard and staying up, not sleeping, not eating right, because I'm so focused on putting together my album and everything. Not that I was working for the awards, but I know that all that hard work had to count for something. So I know that I rightfully deserved my awards. I don't know how everyone else feels about that, but I feel like I did. So whatever he said came from whatever place it came from, and he if he really felt like that and he meant it, then I respect his opinion or whatever. But I don't relate.
Weren't you a little bit like, this is just dripping blood?
I know it was gonna come with a lot of criticism from like Twitter people, but just Twitter people.
It's just Twitter people, honestly.
Yeah.
How do you stop yourself from replying to haters and Twitter people? Because I mean,
type it and clear it.
What?
Just type it and clear it. I don't know. That's what I do. I never send like.
Is that your process?
Yeah, sometimes when I really feel like, man, I should tweet this, I just clear it and then like write a song about it. Not about it, but like a line, construct like a line that's dope.
Like a punchline, because that's what hip hop is about. Like you use that energy and
to speak about, address the haters sometimes. Sometimes you have to address the haters, but like I feel like there's always a better way to do it than Twitter. Yeah.
Because you're not gonna make money from Twitter.
Yeah.
But if you put it on a song,
I mean, you
see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I like this advice, because I mean, 20-year-olds don't really think like this.
Yeah.
So you write it. Do you at least screen munch it and at least send it to your WhatsApp group?
No, I don't even do that. I don't even tell anybody else in the room that so and so said this and I felt like saying that. No, I leave it like that. I'm just like, maybe that's just like that one person out of millions of people that could.
But okay, what are you like when you're angry? Because really now you and I have been friends for 40 minutes and I feel like you never get angry.
I do. I break stuff when I get angry.
Not my furniture from at home too.
Nah,
so like what? Like plates, globes,
I mean,
necks?
Because I can't really control it, it's just like an outburst of anger. I punch stuff. Like I know there's a hole in my door right now because I punched it.
What was going on?
I can't tell you that. But I got really angry.
You got really angry. Yeah. Was it a business thing or a romantic thing or a relationship?
I cannot tell you. It'll give it away if I tell you.
Just say one word. Yeah, do you guys? So listen, the media is here. I'm pretty sure you've seen them lurking in the background. Those are not our stalkers. That's actually the media and some of the folks from SABC as well as SABC3. Later on, they're going to ask us a few questions. I don't know who the questions are directed to, me or Nasty. We're going to find out. After the break, we'll hang out some more with Nasty C. That's some more music from the guy in studio today who's becoming a phenomenon in the country as well as the continent, and we're hoping globally, Nasty C. Also with us in studio today are our friends from the SABC and the media. They're going to ask us a few questions. Just turn your neck there if the question is to you, Nasty. Domi from City Press, you first up. What do you want to say?
Hi, Anele and Nasty.
Hi.
Okay, Nasty, this question is for you.
Okay.
My name is Domi from City Press. Obviously, you started 2017 on a good note. You walk away with 4 awards at the Metros.
Yeah.
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 So, summers are just around the corner. Do you think you're going to win big? What's your expectations? Do you think you're going to walk away with, like, how many awards? What's your expectation for the summers? Thank you.
I honestly don't have any, to tell you the truth. I don't work for awards. I don't do anything for awards. If they come, they come, yeah. That means someone out there behind the panel recognizes me or whatever, or my vote's counted or whatever. But other than that, I don't really look forward to anything when it comes to awards.
Not even like the red carpet or the dressing
I don't
up?
like the red carpet.
You don't like red carpet? No. He doesn't like the red carpet?
No, I don't.
So in the ideal world, we just post the awards to you?
Yeah. How do we do that?
Why can't you do that, guys? Muleife from Drum Magazine, talk to us.
Hi guys, how are you? Anele, it's 3rd season. Congratulations. What is the one thing that this show has taught you throughout all the people you've interviewed and the places you've traveled?
The one thing the show has taught me is that, you know, you can dream big and everyone is allowed to dream big. In fact, everyone should dream big, ne? But, you know, you get to a place where you're dreaming for things so much that you forget that when the dream arrives, the hard work starts. So I've dreamt of having my own talk show since I was 11 when I watched Oprah and then Felicia and then Nolene. And then I thought that getting it is getting it and then I'm fine. And then I realized, you know, actually that's when I must start working. And it's taught me that very quickly, and I like that. I like that I have to work hard for it. All right, Gabby from the Sunday Times.
Hi, Anele. Nasty, firstly, I'm in my 30s and I love you. And for you to call me old, I feel really old.
He said older.
I said older.
30 is not that bad. But for 20, I get it. Anele, I wanted to ask you, I mean, you have radio, you have television, you have many other things, and you're a mother. How do you manage that balance altogether?
With a lot of structure. There's people around me who are set up. I mean, you'll also attest to this. You wouldn't be able to do this by yourself, and you're not even a father yet. You're not even, you're doing hip hop, but it's a team, and you remove your ego and you remove the arrogance, and you say, I need help. And I mean, I've got 3 sisters, I've got a dad, I've got 2 nannies for Alake. My radio team is absolutely amazing. We talk at all odd hours of the night. I don't feel that I'm swamped yet. When I am, I'll call you, Gabs. I will definitely call you. Thank you so much, guys. That was the media giving us a few questions. Why is your best friend your best friend?
I think he was my first real fan, ever. And I've just like known him for way too long, man. And he understands my vision. It's just like somebody else that dreams as big as I dream all the time. We always speak about like big dreams. Like people probably hear us speaking about them and be like,
these guys,
yeah, there we go.
Smoke their socks again.
There we go again. But yeah, he's just like me.
And in those dreams, do you agree with me when I say dreams are amazing, but when the dream comes, it's when the hard work starts?
Yeah, like waking up early, having to do a lot of interviews.
Interviews, oh.
Yeah, it always feels like that until we're actually in the car on the way to the interview.
Yeah.
It only feels like that when I have to get up. But for
True.
like the string, it's like, it's fine. Cool.
And what about being on stage? Is it like a long routine for you too?
No, I love being on stage.
You love being on stage?
At times, like during the night, I just miss being on stage. Like when I'm not booked, I'd probably be up at like 1 and I'm like, man, why am I not on stage?
I could be doing something right now.
Yeah.
And you just realize that because you are who you are and you're only going to get bigger because you are going to get better. There's certain things that we're always going to be interested in. Like, when was the last time you made your own bed?
Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, it's been a while, yeah. Probably a month ago, 2 months ago.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
What was happening on that specific day where you were forced to make your own bed? You slept at your dad's house, didn't you?
No, no, I think I just got back in my room and I just realized that it's a mess and I need to at least make my bed and tidy up.
All right. Yeah. And you do realize that people want to know stuff like, who are you dating?
I cannot tell you that.
But you are dating someone.
Hey.
Enough said. What do you think could kill your career?
Looking down on my audience. That and I don't know, just like developing an ego out of nowhere and feeling like I'm the man all of a sudden. That would really kill.
And because you're very soft-spoken, so sometimes you don't feel like, maybe I shouldn't be so soft-spoken. Maybe I must just have a little bit more life so that people can be more like accepting. You don't ever go through that?
When I have to, I do, but it comes naturally. I don't ever like to fake it or try and steal the shine. I don't like that. I wasn't raised like that, so I'm not like that at all. When I have to, when I'm given the platform, when I have to perform, I'll do it to my fullest potential. But when someone else is performing, I'll sit down and I'll watch.
Okay. Look, it's a pity that your mom could not be here to witness the person you're becoming. But I'm pretty sure she's around you at all times. And when you see your dad again, please high-five him, because I think he raised a man.
Thank you.
Thank you. Nasty Steve, thank you for joining us.
It's an honor, thank you.
Oh, what a guy. Certainly a trendsetter, talented, and just a fresh new age sound that I like about him. A big thank you to Nasty Steve for stopping by and letting us into his world. You've got the rest of the week to enter our at-home giveaway. Remember, a 5,000 Rands voucher could be all yours, so you can kit yourself out like I have here. Go to Real Talk on 3 on Facebook or Twitter at Real Talk on 3 for competition details. Tomorrow, 5 p.m., you and I, we've got the date, Moss. We've got this date thing, sure thing. Just, thanks for joining us. Bye.